Welcome to the George Pringle Show. I'm here today with co-authors E. M. Howard and Stephanie Nixon, owners of Zonar Publishing. And they're here today to introduce their new book, Jude Johnson, Bruised but Not Broken. Well, thank you ladies for being here today. You both look beautiful, by the way. Okay, before we go into this juicy book, I'm gonna say, by the way, I did read it and I love what I read. So I'm glad that you're both here today. Erica, you're the mother of 4. Your oldest child is 13. And Mrs. Nixon, and by the way, she's not just a co-author, she's also my mother. You have 9 children, 3 adult children, 6 adopted children, and 7 grandkids.
Yes, I do.
Now I know both of your lives must be a handful.
Yes, it is. I have to do my daily chores with my kids and do everything I need to do to take care of them. And once my kids go to bed, I do my writing time at night. And when I get a moment and something clicks, I don't care if it's 12 midnight, 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm up and I'm putting my dreams to print.
The same for me. Being a mother of 4 can be overwhelming, but I take the good with the bad. I love every minute of it.
So now that life is busy enough, you come up with the idea of writing a book. Let's write a book.
Well, I've been writing for about 16 years, and I kept having the same dream over and over and over. And there was a young lady, she's a producer, and I told her about the dream that I was having. Her name is Quintana Jones, and she asked me if I can put my dream into a book, and I said sure. And then it just soared from there.
Now from the idea of writing the book to the creation of Jude Johnson, Bruised but Not Broken. You went from blank pages to 208 full pages of a book.
I was telling my very good friend, Miss E. M. Howard, about the book. And I asked her if she could, come on board to help me with some personal things in her life as well as mine. And we just put those two together collectively, and we came up with Jude Johnson, Bruised but Not Broken.
Well, for the most part, it just pretty much just flowed. She told me what she had in her mind. I told her what I had in my mind, and together it gelled, and we went from there.
And we also took a lot of life stories, a lot of things that, happened to us, real life stories, and we compiled that together, and we just soared.
Now I'm going to say, when I read the book myself, there are certain characters that stood out to me. Is this book based on made-up people or are they real-life people?
Both. In this book, there's a lot of real-life characters and a lot of real-life things that happen. But me and Erica has been writing for a while now until the characters that we know are real, but the characters that we had put around Jude to build the book was even much more real to us, because we started living those characters day by day. It was like they were a part of our life, our family.
Now when you two go back, you wrote a book, and when you go back and read what you wrote, and does any parts of this book, when you read it, make your hair stands up on ends?
Well, for me, it would be the relationship that Jewel has with her dad. No matter what your dad does to you, whether good or bad, you just have that undying love for him.
Now, okay, this is my favorite part of the show. We're going to have E. M. Howard and my mother, Stephanie Nixon. They're going to pull out inserts from the book and let the audience, give y'all a little insight on, this new book they have here. Okay. Mama Nixon.
My favorite character is Uncle Ned Better. He put his hand over mine and squeezed it tight. I could feel him breathing on the back of my neck. His breath was hot. The smell of his body odor made me sick. As he spoke from behind, tiny bits of saliva from his mouth seemed to sting holes into the back of my neck. He pressed his hands into the ridge of my back and rubbed my hair. "How good you smell," he said. I was in total shock. In fear, I said nothing. "If you tell anyone about this, I'll get you next time. I won't be as nice as I am now." He started explaining to me what he expected from me. Tears rolled down my face. Within minutes, the top of my blouse was soaked and wet. While Uncle Ned Better was having his way with me, I could hear Daddy through the small holes of the pantry door jumping up and down, screaming from the top of his voice, "Touchdown! We got a touchdown! God damn it! Those boys are good." Uncle Ned Better pushed me aside and ran into the living room, screaming and hollering as though he had seen the play for himself. There I stood in the pantry for at least a minute, trying to figure out what the hell just happened. I did exactly what he told me. I never told a soul.
Well, okay, thank you, Miss Mama Nixon. You did an incredible reading, and like I said before, I read the book earlier, and when he was spitting on the back of her neck as he was talking, I mean, I completely visualized the whole thing, and it was like I was watching my plasma screen TV back at home. Okay, Erica, you're going to give us an insert on your favorite part of this book.
Okay, I'm going to just set the little scenery for you. This is Jewel and her dad going into the gambling shack. Daddy took his seat at his usual table. Daddy had the whole thing set up. He went over each step every night so many times I was doing them in my sleep. I knew every move, every sign. I would order one drink as to not draw unwanted attention from the bartender. Most of those nasty-ass, sex-crazy old ghosts, they were stupid anyway. They had no idea that me and my boy toy, my daddy, was there to rob them blind. I was a natural. The flicker of my hair meant for the men to stay with the hand that he had. The slight chuckle would mean the other guy was bluffing. If I rubbed my left diamond earring, his opponent was full of diamonds. A quick swipe over my left breast meant that other fool had hearts. If I took a sip of my drink, that meant he was Trump back. If I put a quarter in the jukebox, that was all clubs. Once I walked to the restroom and stayed for a couple of minutes, that was the signal, because it was time to go. All right.
Well, okay. That was really interesting. And what got me when I read the book the first time is that as they were in the casino and she was letting her father know what was going to happen next, as she got the playing cards and brushed up against her breast. And that cued him on what was going on. Excellent read. I really, really loved it. For all of the viewers out there, how would they go by to locating where you are, or if they want to write a book, or they want to get information on Zonar Publishing?
Well, if anybody is interested in ordering Jewel Johnson Bruised but Not Broken, or interested in us publishing their book, they can visit our website at www.zonarpublishing.org.
Hello.
Okay, like they just not said, if you want to get a book published, or you want any information on Zonar Publishing, you're going to go to www.zonarpublishing.org. And I also want to thank my two guests here today, Mama Nixon and Miss E.M. Howard, on them bringing their book to us today. And I also want to thank all of the viewers out there for tuning into the George Pringle Show today. Till next time, take care.